Hi, greetings from Madaikamai. In this lecture, we will study about DBSCAN clustering. DBSCAN is a density-based clustering algorithm. In density-based clustering, we partition the points into dense regions. The regions are separated by not so dense regions. The two main parameters in DBSCAN are epsilon and minimum points. Epsilon defines the radius of the neighborhood region and minimum points defines the minimum number of points that should be contained within that neighborhood. The epsilon value denotes the radius of the circle and minimum points denotes the number of points in that particular region. Since it has a concept of noise, it works well even with noisy data sets. The DBSCAN algorithm works well for the noisy data sets when compared to the other clustering algorithms. And important questions are, how do we measure the density and what is the dense region? Here, we measure the density by minimum points. If any cluster is having the minimum number of points, that cluster is a dense cluster. And dense region means the region covered by the epsilon value is the dense region. In DBSCAN clustering, the points are characterized as core point, border point, or noise point. A point is a core point if it has more than a specified number of points within epsilon value. These points belong in a dense region and are at the interior of a cluster. A border point has fewer than minimum points within epsilon, but it is in the neighborhood of a core point. A noise point is any point that is not a core point or a border point. From this picture, we can clearly understand core, border, and noise points. Epsilon value is taken as 1, that is the radius of the circle. Minimum point is taken as 4. Let us see this point. This point is having 5 neighbors. So, this point is considered as the core point. The number of neighbors is more than the minimum points means that point is the core point. And let us see this point. This point is having 3 neighbors and also this point lies in the neighborhood region of the core point. So this point is the border point. And take this point. This point not belong to the region. It is not a border point or core point. So this point is the noisy points. The steps involved in DBSCAN algorithm are: at first, the points are labeled as core, border, and noise. The noise points are eliminated. Then for every core point P that has not been assigned to a cluster, create a new cluster with the point P and all the points that are density connected to P. In a cluster, the point P and the points which are density connected to P or which are in the density region epsilon, all the points are grouped into a single cluster. Then assign the border points to the cluster of the closest core point. Thank you.